Hello, very good afternoon to one and all. Today we discuss about CART algorithm, that is a classification and a regression tree, and how it is implemented in decision tree. Now, decision tree is a supervised learning technique which comes under a classification problem. A decision tree is used for both classification and regression techniques. Decision tree is used for both continuous as well as a categorical variables. As the name itself suggests that it is a tree, it consists of a root node, a leaf node, and internal node, and it follows a greedy approach. And decision tree is most widely used method for inductive inference. The most popular decision tree algorithms like ID3 and J45 are very popular inductive inference algorithms. And what is the underlying principle of decision tree? The underlying principle of decision tree is very simple. It is the process of dividing the given dataset into different groups by adding the labels for a predictive analysis, which is an underlying principle of decision tree. That is, here we can clearly see that here I am constructing a decision tree based upon the food habits and as well as the family history and coffee consumption and etc. Based upon these habits, we can identify whether the person is affected with hypertension or not. We can clearly attach the labels for each subtree. Now, the hands-on decision tree includes fraud detection and identifying the diseases in the patients and detecting the spam emails. Let us construct a decision tree by using a sample example. Here I am constructing a decision tree for the above dataset. The decision tree can be created by taking color, diameter and label as the root node. Here, if I am taking diameter as the root node, if the diameter is greater than or equal to 3, then I am dividing it into subtrees. The decision tree for the above dataset starts with identifying the root node, which represents the entire population or entire sample. Here I am considering the root node as a diameter. Now, decision tree uses two concepts, that is pruning and splitting. Pruning removes the unwanted branch nodes and splitting divides the root node into different leaf nodes. The selection of attributes in decision tree is very important such that it creates a new descendant nodes. Decision tree follows only the top-down approach while constructing a tree. The statistical measures of decision tree includes a Gini index, which finds the impurity whenever we construct a decision tree. And what is information gain? The decrease of entropy of a dataset and splitting the dataset based upon the attribute. That is, for a good decision tree, it should be very high. For a good decision tree, the variance should be very low, and the chi-square is used for finding the statistical differences between the parent node and the child node. Then what is entropy stands for? Entropy in decision tree stands for homogeneity, and information gain is a decrease or increase of entropy value whenever a node is splitted. Now, let us construct decision tree by taking another example. Here I am taking an example of student who buys the computer, and I am considering his age and as well as credit rating. We can construct the decision tree by using income, a student, a credit rating, buys computer as the root node. As part of trial 1, I am constructing the decision tree by taking student as the root node. And I am taking the open source image only. Here I constructed decision tree by using a student as a root node and income as the child node, and age, credit rating as the child node of the income. As part of trial 2, I constructed a decision tree by taking income as the root node and age, student and credit rating as the leaf nodes. So how can we construct a decision tree? By taking a particular node itself. Here we can calculate the probability. The probability for the above table of student buying the computer is equal to 9 by 14 and a 5 by 14, which is, whenever I calculate the information gain, it results the value of 0.940. If entropy is 0, then the data is completely homogeneous. If entropy is almost 1, then it is highly impure, which means constructing the decision tree for the above dataset by taking the root nodes income and student is results a false. That is, it will give the false results. Hence, to overcome this, I constructed a decision tree by taking age as a root node, and I calculated the value of information gain. Upon this, the information gain for constructing a decision tree whenever we split at the age as root node is very high. Hence, the information gain for the age is highest. So it is a good decision for constructing a decision tree by taking the attribute A's as the root node. Now, coming to the hands-on experience, scikit-learn uses this CART algorithm to train the decision tree. What is a scikit-learn? It is a free software machine learning library which contains various features for classification and regression, whatever. It contains both for supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithms. The idea of CART algorithm is very simple. The algorithm first splits the training set into two subsets and uses a single feature k and a threshold value tk. It searches for the pair that produces the purest subset, and the cost function is given as follows. Here a G represents the impurity while constructing the subtrees and M represents the number of instances. We can quickly go to a real-time programming for constructing a decision tree. I am opening the Google Colab and I am taking the decision tree classifier. In order to construct a decision tree, I have to take the decision tree classifier, and I am taking the dataset as iris dataset, which is related to a plant dataset. So initially I am checking what are the features of the iris dataset. I am running the program. Yeah, here I got the result. So these are the features of the iris dataset. Using these features or using these attributes, I have to construct a decision tree which results a best split node. So for this I am using a py.plus and as well as image. Whenever you are using a Jupyter notebook, you have to separately install this image and graphical visualization package in the Python, and a py.plus is an interface for graphical visualization. So here I am loading the iris dataset, I am taking the values and I am selecting the random state as 0, and I am using both training and test datasets. So I am just running this program. Yeah, it results in output of dividing the dataset into a petal width. Based upon this only, the dataset is divided cleanly and a neat decision tree is constructed. If at all we are using any type of another attribute, it will result in a false dataset or false decision tree, because the dataset contains a huge amount of data. Whenever you are constructing a decision tree using a wrong attribute, it will result in a long decision tree. Now, coming to the disadvantage of decision tree, the main disadvantage of decision tree is overfitting. That is, if the dataset is very large and it will contain hundreds of attributes, we are constructing a decision tree by taking each attribute, which will result in a very time consuming. So to overcome this problem, we can use a concept of grouping the decision trees, which is called as a random forest. So in our next class, we are going to discuss about what is a random forest algorithm, how it can overcome the decision trees. Thank you.